Brookdale coming in here with a 0 in the loss column, so there's always going to be, no matter what, when you're undefeated, you have that pressure on yourself, brought to you by
Thank you for joining us back, everybody, here at Brookdale TV. Pat Groth here, along here with Gus, our replacement this week for Sean. Coming back from last season, we have, you know, this Union County team a little bit.
Yes.
You're somewhat familiar with them. What do you think the game's going to be like, Brookdale coming in undefeated?
Reality, same thing last year. They were neck and neck with Brookdale that first half where they lost. The men's team came out flat in the second half, and they're actually one of the only teams that really tied the men early in the first half of last year's game. So I also think in the back of Brookdale's mind, when it came to teams that got extremely close to beating them, they came in second after the team that actually did beat them. So, you know, we're going to be looking at a very high intensity game regardless, because anytime you come in undefeated team, as Brookdale is, they've been through this before, so they understand that regardless, you still have to win. It's still the task at hand. And also, there's something to prove tonight, being that the roster is full now. Joe Nickerson is back.
Huge addition.
Huge addition from last year's team. He hasn't touched the ball over in 2 months, and he's explained to us how excited he was to come back. And also, it's kind of like him reproving himself that he's made to be on this team, because they got majority of the wins without him. At that point, you could say, oh, well, you know, we're compensated regardless. We're great with them, great without them.
Exactly.
So, you know,
they're only going to get perfect from here. So
I'm anxious to see how fast it takes Joe to get into the groove of being in tonight's game. You know,
I believe I don't know if this is his first actual game back, but I know it's his first game back in the Collins Arena. So it's going to be very exciting to have our tournament MVP back from last year. So. And
there's a lot of pressure coming into this game for him, because the reality is when you're off the floor for a while, you do lose a little confidence. And you do need to catch, you know, game speed is different from practice
100%.
in any sport, especially basketball. So you might be running up and down the court, you might lose your win very early, you might not have your shot where you want it to be, because sitting down in a chair waiting for your injury to heal isn't you on the court running at full speed.
You can only do so much when you're on, you know, some kind of injured reserve type situation. You don't want to push it, but you want to sit there and get sedentary and come back, you know, going 100 miles an hour like that.
And the real question, is he going to start tonight? I'm sure he wants to. You know, I'm sure David Rosado's itching for Joe to start, only because when both of them are on the floor, it's like I've watched them pick teams apart just by themselves. Okay, Joe, it's your turn. Okay, David, you could have it. You get 10, I'll get 10. We'll make 20, and we'll blow them out. So, you know, you really want to see, how is Brookdale going to come out? Is it going to be flat and slow like the women's team against Mercer, or is it going to be faster? Are we going to run Union out of the building?
And you saw Joe Nickerson coming up in the red shirt in the warm-up. Maybe going to get a little non-sanctioned warm-up. Going to get some fines from head coach Paul Chizak.
You know, and, Brookdale Jersey Blues men's team moving up in the world. They got the Air Jordan jerseys? What?
That's what a championship
when you're champions,
gets you.
I mean,
you got to wear what champions wear, right?
Absolutely. And we're seeing 4 returning starters from last year on the floor right now. And this is easy for me to do because I don't have to sit here and read paper all day. We got Corey, Ricky Stevens, Corey Sones, David Rosado, Joe Nickerson, first start in a while, and you could take number 14.
That is Rashawn Johnson.
Rashawn Johnson, which was telling me how great he's been.
Just my absolute favorite name to say, too. He's just got a
extra basketball name.
Rashawn Johnson. It's just great.
RJ.
Yeah. Mr. Johnson heading to the line.
And let's see what is it gonna be like having Joe and Rashad on the floor, because you said Rashad's been prospering without anybody really. So, you know, let's see how the points even out. Are we gonna get more? Is Joe gonna be assist man tonight?
It'll be interesting to see the way Coach Chizak takes the game plan tonight. Arguably the one of the toughest matchups, probably a little bit behind Camden. Camden, I believe, is ranked right below Brookdale right now. Union being 9-4 coming into the season, 7-3 in the region.
And this is the first time I've ever been at a Brookdale game where Coach Chizik's had 8 men on the bench dressed and ready to play.
And he's not afraid to dip into that bench and throw a couple guys in. And you know what? They do come out and they provide with great production.
I gotta say, the way Coach Chiswick and Coach Bob kind of run plays, I gotta say Coach Bob is a little bit more. He does a lot smaller changes. I've seen Coach Chiswick do full line changes like hockey.
Yeah.
5 in, 5 out. And, that's very hard to do. But his teams are very, very, team chemistry built.
So Union getting stopped there by the hard Brookdale defense. There he goes.
And I got to tell you, Joe's nickname is Smooth Joe.
Smooth Joe, all
For
right.
reasons like that, he just glides down the lane.
And he did. That looked pretty there.
And if there was less and he's got to feel good. He's got to feel it
yeah.
all. First basket jitters, those are out of the way.
That's gone, yeah. Butterflies are gone now.
The Union better watch out because usually that follows up with 30-point performances.
I'll tell you what, guys, kick back and enjoy this game. Don't forget to get yourself a nice pie of Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza of Red Bank. Go ahead and order online at Domino's.com. Or if you're in the area, you can stop by at downtown Red Bank, 60 English Plaza. Also, they are hiring. If you need a little job and you got a car, go on down there and be a part-time driver for Domino's.
And I mean, there's no excuse when you come down to Brookdale. We got plenty of food in this area. We got everything from Domino's and a bunch of things down Newman Springs Road. So you come down here, you're hungry.
You don't got to go far.
You ain't got to go far from the Collins Arena. Ooh,
nice shot there. Number 20, Marcus Gagum.
And not a bad record by Union.
No, not bad at all. They got some size. That was, I don't know if you saw him pass by and we were down by the court before. Number 32, Deshaun Dowdy, 6'7", big dude. He was towering over us.
A little confusing for me watching Corey Sohn switch his number to 20.
Oh, okay.
Number 20 last year for the Jersey Blues.
Gotcha.
So. But new year, new him, I guess.
Shot a little bit contested there, but it got the Union bounce.
Who is Union's coach?
That'd be Matthew Collins.
I could hear him from up here.
Yes, you can. Very vocal coach. So we have a foul called against the Union County Owls.
Foul charge number 15, Andy Etienne.
Number
30
15.
degrees less now.
That's a turn off the light behind us, giving us sunburn on the back of our heads.
Yeah. So we're like roasting chickens up here. We got the ceiling, we got our lights.
Yeah, we're very close to the ceiling up here.
Well,
I'm telling you, Region 19, I'm sure you're going to see some sleeves rolled up from this guy.
Yeah.
We're here all day.
That's when you got to start going outside and taking breaks.
Yeah. David Rosado.
David's lost some weight from last year. He looks a lot leaner.
Fouls number 1.
Toning up a little bit in the offseason.
Which is,
Third team foul. David Rosado heads to the line for 2 shots.
and we could attribute that to the off-season skills David has, but also our great facilities here on campus. They got an amazing weight room for the men. And, I mean, you play sports here. If you're not in there, you are just wasting your life because it's everything you want in a facility. It's clean. It's at your fingertips. Go in there. You know, even if you're in there 30 minutes a day, it can make all the difference in the world.
It can. So Union trying to put together a little fast-paced offense here. Ooh, almost grabbed there by Joe Nickerson.
Well, this game is chippy very early.
Yeah. Is there any hard feelings going back to last season? Was there any tough games between these two teams?
There's a lot of, the Morris game was very chippy. The Camden game was very chippy. Union, a lot of tight scoring games.
Okay.
But I think anytime you come in and play an undefeated team, you're going to try and mentally beat them.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah, you can play it down as much as you want. When you're coming into somebody's house and they're undefeated, you want to get that win.
You want to. The bottom line is, some schools will take pride being on the banner after we win it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I got to tell you, that Morris loss, total. You know, I count it as a lie because I was at that game. The ball went out of bounds at 8.4 seconds on the other team. We had our own replay. We replayed it 3 times. The call was just blown.
Yeah.
But you know what?
That's what's tough about, you know, collegiate sports. You have no replay system. You have no review.
Yeah.
Can't throw a red flag or, you know, tell the ref you want to take another look at it.
No.
You just got to go with what was
We
called.
don't have the luxury, and even if we did help and have a ref come up here and look at that, you know, still the amount of time it would take. It'd be nice. I mean, maybe if anybody in Region 19 is listening, you know, if you want to implement a little replay
institute
in the last minute of games, so one call doesn't wind up as a 1 in the loss column on our banner, please. But yeah, no, not to say obviously any team coming in, regardless whether Brookdale wins or loses, it don't make a difference. I don't even think, you know, me personally, I don't put, you know, I don't hold records against certain teams like, you know, Union County, they're coming in 9-4, but we don't know who the 4 losses won. It could have been a Division II teams. It could have been all Division II teams. Obviously, it was 3 Region 19 teams, so that is our division. But you know, we don't know how close the losses were. But one thing we do know is Brookdale has totally destroyed Region 19, 9-0.
Yep.
And they're undefeated. So anybody else, Division II.
Big steal there by number 21, Shaquille Mitchell, putting a little move.
And remember, like I said last time, Union was with Brookdale in the first half.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's a charge.
Threw the bullet inside to David Rosado. He wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Offensive foul, number 15, Joe Nickerson. First personal, second team foul.
Aside from Joe being very smooth, he's very fast too. And when he hits you, it's going to hurt.
Well, he is a big boy coming in at 6'5".
Good rebound.
That was a great rebound, yeah. Putting muscle into that one. Just got a little bit away from Joe. And easy bucket.
Oh, you could dunk that. We get a height. 6'4", you got to dunk that. And you're from Linden. Oh, okay.
There you go.
That's a total mind. That was, we have double-sided rosters.
Yeah. We're stepping it up.
Yeah. We're eco-friendly.
And there you go. Joe Nickerson grabbing the ball off the floor, puts it in to stop this Union run.
Some players on Union. Middlesex County College transfers. Notice 2 of the names.
Yeah. So number 21, Shaquille Mitchell, seems to be a huge part of their offense.
Yes. And we have Tavon Bennett. The first time in a few years, Brookdale has not had somebody from New York City, but I see we got Charlotte, North Carolina.
And Aubrey Dozier from Louisiana.
Wonder if he's related to Robert Dozier.
That's a good question.
Memphis.
Ooh. Couldn't get the fall, but a nice move by Corey Sones. Second opportunity, gets it right back in there.
And you know, Corey, last year, Corey was on the bench a good amount of the year, but
was he?
Yeah, you know, so it was, he has the skill set of an everyday guard here in Region 19. So.
Oh, man. Just didn't see him. Looks like his ankle might have got stepped on a little bit there. Coach isn't taking a timeout, keeping him in the game.
If you could put weight on it, you're all right. It's just the shock. Ooh.
Oh, man.
And let me tell you, we don't have hardwood. We have hard floor, okay? Totally different.
Yeah.
Wood, actually, you could bounce off of wood. You fall on this, it hurts like words I can't say.
Yep.
You know.
It's down to David Rosado. Back over to Joe Nickerson. Outside, Tavon Bennett decides not to take the shot, stepping back. Got a defender in his face. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Back over to Rosado, trying to make something happen, driving inside, over to an open Joe Nickerson. Gets the charge called.
Premature celebrating. Characteristics of tough losses.
Offensive foul, number 24,
And David trying to say his piece.
Plead his case to the official.
You know, he pushed me, and he did.
So this is something we saw a little bit of in the Camden game. Was some early struggles offensively from Brookdale. Wound up coming back and crushing Camden, who had a much smaller roster than Union does. But Union playing a very physical, fast-paced game to open up.
Well, you know, Union's definitely got their good amount of sophomores. We got 1, 2, 3. They got 4. Brookdale's got 5. So,
yeah.
I mean, in terms of experience, you know, I got to say there's some games where just experience has nothing to do with it. But as you get closer toward the end, you can see the difference between, you know, I'm sure at points in time, David has taken over games totally.
Yeah.
And
there's been certain games where he's been a little bit quiet, having a little bit of a tough day, and somebody else will pick it up.
Yeah.
So it's a huge team effort.
And then I'm sure there's been games at Rashad that have just, you know, by him just being around David and those guys have made him comfortable, I'm sure.
Rashawn Johnson just named the Garden State Athletic Conference Player of the Week just the other day. I don't have the figures, but I know he had a big game.
And that had to be on the road because it wasn't
here. No, yeah, they were on the road. They had a bit of a road trip. They had one game earlier in the month that Brookdale TV did not cover.
I think they went to Delaware one game.
They did. Gateway Community College. I'm not sure where that is.
That ain't around here.
Yeah.
Couple Pennsylvania.
Possibly.
But yeah, I mean, you know, being since I've transferred schools, it's not as easy for me to keep up with my Brookdale sports. But I'm always around some hearsay. That's a travel. You know.
So the Owls will get called on that one.
Not a very fierce animal.
It's not. You know, I mean, you can draw up a logo that could make it look mean, but at the end of the day, it's an owl. At the end of the day, it's an owl. So.
Yeah. And I've never seen a red and black owl before.
I have not.
We got to get our colors anatomically correct here.
Where's the brown jerseys? A tough exchange there. Brookdale couldn't get it to go in. Ball winds up in Union's possession.
No, we just have a much more Jordan-fied Brookdale jersey.
Yeah.
Same type of thing. Actually, no, we changed. We put Jersey Blues on the home jersey. It was actually used to say Brookdale. Same exact setup. And on the shorts, we have a gigantic B.
That is a big B. That's a big B on there.
You know, it's so funny. Now that I'm in NJCU, I'm just, you know, I can't give up. You know, I just have my regular routine. I still have my Brookdale hoodie. I still wear it. I still, you know, I'm not. You know, I'm very proud to say this is where I started, and this is my home. I'll always call it home. I miss it more now that I'm not here more than anything.
Yeah.
Tyrone Curry enters the game for Brooklyn.
Looking down below us, would you say more attendance this year?
Honestly, since I've been here, it's the
the
same
Okay.
every year. Yeah, you know, it varies. I mean, I think sometimes when we have schools that are closer to here, we'll get more people sitting behind their bench.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when Middlesex comes in, you could tell a lot of family members from there here.
Okay.
They wear their Mustang colors.
Blues ball.
And anybody's welcome to come in and watch their school lose. Just kidding. But, yeah, you know, we're definitely open to having bigger crowds here. You know, we got the room
that'd be
for
great.
it. You know, so
Definitely.
if you live close to a family member at this game, playing this game,
Come see a game. It's
Yeah,
a good
come,
time.
you
Tell you
know.
that much.
listen, you don't have to pay to get in here, so there's no excuse there.
Yeah.
I have to pay for parking. I mean, try going to Barclays Center.
Oh, boy. The big slam, Corey Sones.
Now, I asked him for a dunk, but I didn't hold him to it, but I'm happy he got one down.
And that was a nasty one. Setting the arena on fire with that
Look at
one.
this alley-oop. This is crazy. What a pass.
Ooh,
Now,
laying
I
it
gotta
down.
say, I have like an inch on Corey when Corey shaves his head. So,
He gets up there.
his calves are huge.
He gets up there.
But yeah, at the end of the day, you want to go see a professional basketball game. Dip into your pocket, roughly. If you want to see a professional basketball game in Brooklyn, hope you have $200.
Yeah.
Want to go to a garden, sit low level, you got to have $300. So you come here, it's free, and you know what? You see better dunks.
You're going to get entertained. I'll tell you that much.
you know.
I mean, you don't have the pleasure of sitting home and listening to the beautiful voices of the Brookdale TV announcers, but the atmosphere here is great at the Collins Arena.
And I'm sure. I mean, it's been a very good break, I'm sure, for the people watching Brookdale. I've been here longer than I should have been, and now I'm back for a little bit, and it's always good to be back for this type of thing. And it's great to see progress in the team, and there is life after raising banners, and it looks like there's a lot more life in this team.
Tavon Bennett there, nice little jumper.
Fundamental basketball. If you've seen the screen Corey set going right, it just had the right amount of space for him to get a free mid-range shot. And that's a lost art in basketball. You don't see the mid-range shot all the time.
So Brookdale recuperating a little bit offensively, going on a bit of a run, taking an 18-14 lead. Great defensive possession there. Driving in, Tavon Bennett inside to Corey Sones with the bucket.
And that's Corey's spot. He's got that kind of awkward under the basket timeout union.
They need it. That's something, you're getting hit like that, take a timeout, regroup, I'm not opposed to a coach doing that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to get your owls off the tree.
So guys, don't forget, students and any prospective students looking into Brookdale, the semester starts next week. So get in while you can. I believe late registration has started. So get in, get the classes you want. Get your books at the Brookdale bookstore. If you got any questions, any more information, you can stop over at the Car Building or call 732-224-2770 and make an appointment to see one of our great advisors.
And I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like I was student of the year here. As I got closer to graduating, I was a lot more on top of things. But got to consider ourselves lucky that it's this late in the semester. You can run into an advisor right now, get classes, get in, and also potentially build the schedule you want. I got to say, at this point in time, you're kind of stuck with whatever you get. It is tough, but I mean, I've done it a couple times. I've got around and got amazing schedules. So it's really, you just got to put the time in and take a look at that course sheet, see what you're missing, see what you need.
We don't only have our Lincroft campus. We have all the satellite campuses, Hazlitt, Neptune, Wall.
Hazlitt, Neptune, Wall,
So, if one's a little bit closer to you.
Like me, I was bouncing between Freehold and
Freehold as well,
here.
that's right, yeah. See, I'm between here and Hazlitt. I'm much closer to Hazlitt.
And that's a great campus, too, because you got the mall right there.
There you go.
So, I mean,
good place to kill some time in between your classes.
Absolutely. Because unless you're working the Robert J. Collins Arena.
Swarming defense.
when I was here, I'd always come down here.
So a little bit of a bad exchange after the good defense by Brookdale results in a Union basket.
Looks like the Owls are off the tree, really. Some are off the bench. Good
Tough
steal.
pass inside.
Ooh,
He got a hand on the ball, but jumped a little bit too
great
late.
switching hand by Shaquille Mitchell, Linden product, sophomore.
He's been huge offensively so far for them
And,
this game. I'm
this-
sure he has been for the season, too.
Yeah. Ooh,
Nice shot there by returning Joe Nickerson.
and Joe's got 2 colored socks. I see him. Joe, match your socks, please.
Gonna get fined for that, too.
Yeah. Ball is Life t-shirt. It's got the black Jordan sock with the red Nike sock.
Our AD, Sean Noel, is gonna be handing down some hefty fines.
Yeah. And the proceeds will go to me. I need to make another car payment.
So we have Tavon Bennett bringing it down the court. Setting up play for Brookdale over to Corey Sones.
Corey's got the sky blue.
They catch your eye, those
Yeah,
shoes.
they really do.
Joe Nickerson tough inside. What's the call?
And one.
There we go. So Brookdale can make it a 5-point lead if Joe makes this this free throw.
Tyrell Davis checking in out of Rahway. This we got a lot of we got so many people.
Ricky Stevens coming in for Brookdale.
You know, if we add up the mileage, we got a lot of guys from up north in Union. Obviously,
Yeah.
Union, Irvington, Cranford, Linden, Charlotte, Rahway, Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah, really a long way. Yeah, you know, and it's so funny. You can see a difference in style, certain areas of play basketball. You know, you can tell Union's this tough, hard-nosed, hard-hitting
Yes,
basketball team.
absolutely.
And further you go north, the harder the fouls get. And a lot of teams from up north look to drive almost every time, and we've seen that out of Union.
have,
Just about every
absolutely.
basket they've taken is a layup.
That is correct. Tyrone Curry missing the
I
corner 3 there.
I think as you come further south to Jersey, I know when I played, I learned outside in, which wasn't
Okay.
the smartest thing to do, but, you know, I can't help. I'm not 6'3" either. So go with what you know. But, you know, further you go north, it's really, they don't know what three-pointers are some games.
So Tyrone Curry trying to make something happen on the inside, winds up traveling. Gets pegged for it.
Now, Brookdale's got this press going.
Yep.
And they ran a lot with the press this year. I think Coach Bob was able to actually take some pages out of the Coach Chiswick book of full court press, because when Coach Bob started here, he ran a 2-3 zone. But no matter what defense you run, there's always, for every action, there's a reaction.
Yes. So Tyrone Curry checks out. In his place comes in David Rosado.
When I hear Tyrell Davis, I'm thinking of Terrell Davis. Denver Broncos running back.
Yes, TD. TD got snubbed from the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah.
Didn't get in.
That's
Didn't get to the
a
finals.
little shocking.
It is.
And Mike Piazza snubbed for the third consecutive
I did
year.
see that. I'm not a big baseball guy, but I.
The best hitting catcher in the game.
Yeah,
That's all you need to know.
I watch a little Mike and Mike, and they were talking about it.
Bitter Met fan up here, and I'll say it. You don't need to tell me twice.
And I tell you what, if my dad was up here, he'd be making his case for Joe Klecko, for the Jets to get into the Hall of Fame. Ball passed out of bounds there. We'll go to Brookdale. So Brookdale keeping around this 4 to 6 point lead. Not that many points scored in the last couple minutes. It stayed around this 20 or so point mark. Hasn't gone any further than this. A little bit surprising. It's usually a much higher scoring game at this point right now.
It's the reverse drop-off effect.
Okay, explain.
We start out hot early in the game, and now we're just fizzling out as we're getting closer to halftime. So
Interesting.
the points are scored on the front end, but usually that means in the next half, the back end will be a lot of points.
Yeah, and we see something that Coach Bob Dubina did in the game before. Brookdale's going in the full court press. They're getting some points.
Yeah.
So it's a shared coaching philosophy between our men's and women's head coaches.
Well, you can see Coach Bob and Coach Chiswick sit there for hours together.
Yeah.
And he's on fire. He calls a timeout. He's not too happy about the defense being played, and that's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you're letting people to the basket, and Charlie Hawthorne, he's in there too. He's right in the middle. He'll get on you just as bad as Coach Chiswick when you're not playing defense.
And I believe down at the end, taking his signature spot down at the end of the bench, Coach John Rivera, who is an assistant coach for both men's and women's team. You see Coach Paul spend a lot of his time down there. So must be one of his go-to guys, really, on the coaching staff.
Yeah.
He's always chatting with him during the game down at that end of the court. Coming back to the action here, Brookdale 28, Union County 22, 4 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in this first half of play. We have Tavon Bennett waiting at the scorer's table to check in. So Brookdale's basically stuck with the same about 5 or 6 guys throughout this first half. They haven't made any big moves delving into the bench just yet. Still a close game.
That's a travel.
Yeah, he got caught up there. He was getting bodied.
Checks back in for Brookdale.
So Bennett comes in place of Corey Sones, getting a hand from his teammates, well-deserved, playing a great first couple minutes with the electrifying dunk before. Number 12, Najee Durant, off to number 21, Shaquille Mitchell. Ball's off a little bit, rebounded by David Rosado. Coming down the court quick, Joe Nickerson putting it up. Can he get the Brookdale bounce? Doesn't go in. Rebound by Rashawn Johnson. Getting stuffed as he puts it back up.
He wants a foul. I'll give him one. The Union doing their thing.
Getting swarmed there on defense. Leave a guy open. You got one else.
And
Oh, there you
pass.
go.
You're supposed to lob that up there.
Yeah. Great vision there by Ricky Stevens.
Cash it
outside
in.
to Bennett.
Ooh, called it.
And gets in.
He'll take it.
Got his feet tangled up, too.
Now, he was waiting for that, so.
It looked good coming out, and
Yeah,
it looked good going
absolutely.
in.
Just great court vision altogether by Ricky Stevens.
Oh, who touched it last? Oh, man.
It looks like it's going Union's way. David's like, yeah,
Coach Paul
we
does
touched
not
it.
agree.
We touched it, but you should give it to us anyway.
Coach Chizak is having a word with the official.
I got to be honest. I didn't care if it was obviously on our team. I would lobby for like 15 minutes, and I'd keep going back at the ref saying, oh, that's our ball.
Yep.
No, you blew it. You blew
got
it
to.
until the point.
Even when the maul you guy, even when you take everything out of his pockets and they call you
Yeah.
on the foul, you're still going to argue it. It's,
I mean,
it's the way sports are.
I've planted some guys, left them on their back, and I said, I didn't touch them.
Uh-huh.
You know? Because you know what? Every team's got that guy.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, people don't recognize basketball is extremely physical. It's not just happy dribbling.
It can get tough down in the paint. Tippy-toeing on the sideline there by the baseline.
I've had a few elbows in my eye socket.
That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, and I've got 4 staples in my head.
Ooh, good rebound there by Rashawn Johnson, bringing it down.
That's a travel.
So a very emotional game here, I'm telling you.
If we could get a replay on that, that'd be cool. Just want to see if he moved. Thank you, guys. Okay.
It's a tough
Well,
angle.
it is a tough angle, but oh yeah, he did. The gather was 3 feet. Good job, guys.
So still Brookdale
Best green room in America.
holding this 11-point lead strong.
I like how they switched that angle up too.
It's good. They can slow it down, reverse it. Hey, BTV, we got it on lock.
We're better than that. Those people over at that big sports network.
Yeah, what is it, CBS or something? They got nothing.
Yeah. Those SB people.
Yeah. What's Espen?
I don't know.
So
They're not pulling the angles we got.
number 13,
I know that.
Tyrell Davis.
Tell you this. I have more chemistry with our BTV green room than Jeff Van Gundy does with the ESPN's green room.
So they land one of the 2 free throws there by number 13, Davis.
And still, considering this is still a close game, only
absolutely.
four possession game here.
Joe Nickerson kind of had nowhere to throw that one. It was open for a second. He looked away, threw it again. It was not open.
That's insane. How David could just go up and touch the box.
Wish I could do that.
And, as you get older, the vertical just gets smaller.
It gets lower, yeah.
Back, when I was younger, I was lucky I could get the bottom right of the square. So it's just not fair.
I'm lucky I can touch the net. And he grabs his first free throw, number 55.
My call to glory was at 16 years old. I could have dunked on my 9'5" park rim, and I felt like Jordan. And I did it once, and I never did it again.
I can never do it again.
I tried to every day after that. And luckily, I had my friends there, so
somebody saw it. You had a witness.
Yeah, I got some cool stories to tell at Thanksgiving dinner.
Good rebound there. Ricky Stevens coming in, and ball was coming right back towards the free throw shooter. Came in and grabbed it. Minute 50 seconds remaining. Brookdale 33, Union 25. Brookdale maybe trying to break 40 here before they can head into the locker room for halftime.
And Union trying to tie, obviously.
David Rosado going nuts in the corner.
And he traveled. He didn't. He could shrug all he wants. The gather was one-footed and jumped into it. You can't do that, Dave.
So got a little excited. He was wide open out there in the corner.
You're a champion. Champions don't travel.
Number 12, Najee Durant, trying to drive onto Von Bennett.
Imagine walking into that locker room. You got that big.
David Rosado on the fast break over to Bennett.
Oh, travel.
And what are they gonna?
Okay, hip check. Okay, either or. Imagine the feeling when you walk into that locker room and you got that $15,000 championship ring that's bigger than your two of your fingers.
Yeah.
I'd be wearing that thing all day.
We had the ring ceremony here before the game last month or so, and we got to see the rings. They're very nice.
Yeah.
Rings they got were very nice, very well made.
Huge.
Yeah.
The same people who make the Super Bowl rings, you could tell. Yeah. I got my high school ring by those people.
Scoreboard's going nuts again, everybody.
It's 30,
we apologize.
30. Well, it was 33, 24, 25. 25, 33.
How do we get 32-30 out of this? How do we get, you know what? I'm interested to see where this is going. 30. This,
Ooh, and now Unions came back.
in the matter
of
an
8-0 run in half a second.
With 0 game clock ticking off, Union was in the lead, then it tied. Now Brookdale's back.
Brookdale just took the lead, 39.
Tell you what, if you're just watching the scoreboard, this is a great game.
Mitchell checks back in.
Now the clock's running down.
This is.
I got a headache. I'm not even down there.
This is interesting. couldn't remember the score before the clock started going all
Roughly,
bluey.
it's 35-25.
Quite confused now, but
We're going with 35-25.
we're going to go with Brookdale was still in the lead. They had about a 10 or
Yes.
9-point lead.
I see.
Big that.
Oh, like a defensive
Picked
back.
it off like Richard Sherman.
Great. Well, we have an issue. We don't know who number 55 is.
We do not. He is not on our roster, but great job, 55. Once again,
Again.
grabbing a steal once more.
Interception.
Putting it up.
Foul and one.
Getting fouled.
High energy, and he just led his team to 44 points.
In the matter of seconds, he just scored 11 points.
I wonder if we're just counting everything, like rebounds, steals, and that's going to the score.
You take a step, you get a point.
I don't know this 55 guy.
So, ladies and gentlemen at home,
I usually go. This is an old school trick.
Okay.
That I started with. Sergio knows. We go anonymous 55 for the rest of the game.
Okay.
But he's great. I don't know his name.
He is, yeah, nobody's.
That guy's good.
We got to give him a name. So I don't believe that the score is 44 to 43.
We haven't been here that long.
There's no way that Union scored 20 points in the matter of mere seconds.
But they're hyped like they're tied. I'll give them that.
I hope we have a little discussion at halftime at the scorer's table or wherever our scoreboard is operating.
I think we're going to hear from we have to listen closely from our announcer. He's got the score.
Yes. I think that, I don't know if maybe it's a scoreboard malfunction.
No,
Could be a possibility. Could be user error.
Ooh!
Is he going to get the three?
He's getting the three.
The three
Yep.
free throws.
Yep.
All right. So he was in 3-point range.
Bennett. That's 3 for Bennett. Yep.
3-point range, gets fouled, so he will get a chance
Worst
to
way
take
you want
three.
to end out the half. Stop
Yeah.
the clock and give him 3 for free. And if he gets 3, it's not good.
So hopefully Bennett could sink all 3. That'd be huge for Brookdale. Being up, who knows how many points. Nobody from Union
Well, they
touched
just
the
shot
ball.
the ball, and
Yeah.
Union just got another 10-point addition. So we just got to go.
We'll try to keep it interesting for you here, folks.
At least he's going to take maybe 2 points.
Hey, you know what? Union didn't even touch the ball, and they just got 3 points. That was amazing.
I know. This is so the best scoring performance that never happened.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a little jump rope.
A little tangled up over here. That could possibly be the half.
And the tied score is
tie
58.
score.
58.
I tell you what, the scorer's table just got swarmed.
And
by
the score
everybody.
is 37-29. Brookdale.
That sounds about right.
Yes.
We will not
Good
be coming
job.
back in 2 minutes, as it says on the clock. We'll be coming back in about 20 minutes or so.
They need 2 minutes to fix this stuff.
Yeah.
And
Some technical difficulties here at the Robert J. Collins Arena as we head into the half. The score could possibly be Union 60, Brookdale 39. It could possibly be, what are we going to go with?
said 37-29.
37-29. Brookdale did have the lead. They didn't let it escape from them in those final minutes.
Yeah, and I mean, Pat, we've seen, we talked about this has some shades of last year. Union's very much in this. This is only a 4-possession
I know.
game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brookdale, they can't come out stagnant in this next half.
No.
It's not going to happen.
No.
Union's right there with them, and that last display by 55 on Union.
Yeah.
3 straight steals. So it shows that they're getting a little bit lazy on offense and not so much thinking out the possessions at hand and pushing the ball down their throat, because that's what they were doing originally. So most importantly in this next half, Brookdale really has to keep the errant passes to their team and not to Union, because they got 6 points just
Definitely,
like that.
definitely. So we will take a moment. We will come back after the half, and hopefully we'll have a score for you, folks. So come back in a few minutes. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Brookdale Television. Coming back from the half. We got our scoreboard all ironed out.
We have the inside story. The scoreboard keeps messing up inside the 2-minute mark.
Yep, and we can actually see it right now. Inside 2 minutes, the score is 60-60 right now. They're
Yes.
just testing it out, I believe.
Yes, but the real score is 37-29 in
correct.
Brookdale's favor. Brookdale's kind of let Union come back and be really a factor into making this lead much shorter.
Yeah.
Union did get 3 consecutive steals and points off all those steals, so this game is a lot closer than we expected.
It is, yeah, absolutely, and a lot lower scoring of a game than we expected too. Usually, you go into these games, each team has at least 40 or 50 points at the half.
And Union's making their argument that they really could care less about what a 15-0 record looks like. So,
or what kind of banners are hanging up in your arena,
Yeah.
But definitely be a great game. Stick around, because if you don't, you're going to miss out on some great action as we start to head back into the game here.
And we're actually just waiting, really. I think it's a combination between messing with the clock and getting things together.
Getting
but
everything right.
most importantly, I think for Brookdale is just stick with it. What really, messed up the ending of the half was the errant passes in this game. You really just want to keep everything crispy. You want to make sure you complete your passes, get it past half court, because it's not going to work like that. The win is going to be much harder than what it is if you.
Well, you saw them go into the full court press a little bit when they took a couple timeouts, but it's really started to pay off for them when it was very, very close, and then they brought it up to about a 10 or 11 point lead, and now it's down to an 8. So Union came back a bit, but they're fighting. We'll see how Brookdale's gonna start to pull this one off as we check back into the second half. Number 20, Marcus Gagum, passing it inbound. Number 21, Shaquille Mitchell, who's been a huge presence for them on offense, picking back right up where he left off, getting the bounce, but he's wincing a little bit coming down the court. Looking like grabbing maybe his chest area or so. Not going to be good for them if they lose him. David Rosado, great pass by Joe Nickerson.
What a great pass.
Trying to make something happen. Number 20, Marcus Gagum.
Ooh, and that's an offensive foul. Can't really throw the elbow like that.
No, that's frowned upon. That is frowned upon.
Yeah, I was just surprised on how long it took to get that call.
Yeah.
We should go down there and get some of that Gatorade. I'm thirsty. And let's give it up for our amazing cameraman and green room. Our
BTV
green room
crew
did
is bar
absolute
none.
crackerjack job with our graphics.
Crackerjack job.
Absolutely. Very good graphics tonight.
Never heard of crackerjack job, but I might start using it.
Some things that just say it sticks.
Yeah,
Boom.
it's right off the cuff.
Like crackerjack. That's right. If you have Sergio in your ear long enough, you'll start repeating anything. What kind of pass was that?
Right out to Joe Nickerson with the bucket.
What was that? That pass was out of a crackerjack box.
Word of the night, ladies and gentlemen, crackerjack.
Cool. You know why? I'm getting excited for spring training.
Okay. Buy yourself some peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
Always. Our number one cameraman of the night, Matt Nash. I was telling him how he didn't continue the tradition of the Nash family getting us soda. You guys got to get on that. He's in charge. You make sure when I'm not here, beverages are here.
So we got the wily old vet Gus coming back and laying down the law.
I am. And we miss Trevor because we can't negotiate weird things we're going to do to him after.
Nope. We'll mix up there. Wind up in
if
Union's
Brookdale
possession.
loses, we make Trevor wear pink T-shirts and color his hair. We make him put it in a ponytail, and then we make him sing power ballads by Guns N' Roses.
Sound like I missed out on some fun.
Yeah. Not that.
So
I don't know if he's capable of doing power ballads, but
it will
he
remain
looks.
Union's ball.
He honestly sometimes looks fresh out of Woodstock, and he's the best.
Number 1, Corey Edwards.
I miss those
Stirring up a
khakis. Ooh, foul. And that's a charge.
Corey Sones was in the double guns there on the ground.
Yeah, no, he knew it. You know.
Taking the inbound
Surprise!
pass.
Surprised he didn't get a technical for his firearm references. It's not a. This is the Robert Collins Arena. And, you know, I have to give the Jersey Blue mascot. He is definitely one of, you know, he looks tough.
He does. He looks aggressive.
Yeah, like if Mr. Incredible and the Patriots logo had a kid, it would be the Jersey Blue
I
mascot.
tell you what, though, he's slacking on his leg work. Man's got some chicken legs there.
You know, but that's a sweet musket,
And
he's got a satchel.
So number 1, Corey Edwards, taking a couple of free throws on his second. See if he can grab this one. And it sinks him. Pace slowing down a tiny bit from how fast-paced the first half was.
I think both teams are somewhat fatigued.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought first half. It was low scoring, but it was very defensive.
And then on top of that, we lost the score. So, that, you know.
Yeah. We didn't know what the score was.
1 second you're tied, 1 second you're not.
1 second you don't have the ball, and you're scoring 50 points.
You know.
So good basket there by Joe Nickerson, as you hear our courtside announcer say. Hard defense there. Gets a little bit off of him.
Ooh.
Goes around Rashawn Johnson, but Joe Nickerson's there to pop the ball out. Haven't seen a lot of minutes out of Ricky Stevens. One thing I'm kind of disappointed is he got rid of the high top fade he had going.
Yeah.
He shaved the head. I'm not a fan. He had the whole eraser head thing going. It was a good look.
Yeah.
That's contributing, you know, to his performance on the court, I believe.
There's a timeout here. Let's bring up our graphic for Union County. Anyways.
Don't forget, everybody, there's still time. Get yourself some Domino's before this game ends. Domino's of Red Bank, proud to support the Brookdale men's and women's basketball teams this season. Located at 60 English Plaza in downtown Red Bank. You can place your order online now at Domino's.com. They got apps for it on the phones. They got everything. You can get your pizza. Yeah. You don't even got to move off the couch.
You could make your pizza from home. Then Manuel will get it. He'll make it. He'll deliver it to you. He'll call you. He'll let you know he's coming. You open your door. You make sure you tip that man.
If you want to be the guy getting tipped, too, they're hiring part-time drivers. So apply online, call into the store.
And I heard Domino's is a business. I mean, I'm a business major. That you can move up. You don't, you know,
Climb
you could
the
be
ladder.
like Papa John. You could start making the pizza in that little hotel room in Colorado and just be in corporate next day.
It's just that easy. And it can all start. Domino's in Red Bank. Joe Nickerson setting something up over to Ricky Stevens with the jumper. Almost rebounded by Corey Sones.
Yeah, Domino's one of the better places to work for. Trevor loves Domino's. Trevor was great at graphics, too.
Joe Nickerson standing there ready to take the charge.
He's the only guy who could hold a camera and drum at the same time. Sergio knows.
Oh, Coach Paul Chizak's losing it on the sidelines. Oh,
he said he didn't see it, and he said, you got to be kidding me, and they said, check the ball.
So that one official ruled at Brookdale, the one by the baseline ruled at Union, and Coach Chizak was not pleased.
Replacement ref situation here. Call is good, no good.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got to go with who's closer. Sometimes.
Yep, he was there. He had the eyes right on.
You know, you don't want to. You know, I wouldn't make the call if I wasn't near it. Ooh.
Open three.
No good.
Couldn't go. Rebound.
In that situation, you got to
Nickerson.
follow your shot.
Yeah.
Mr. Anonymous 55.
And it's 1-on-1. Ricky Stevens on Corey Edwards. Ball just gets away. Poked out by Union, it seems, as Brookdale retains possession. Trying to find somebody open. Got to get rid of it. Joe Nickerson, just with the size, able to get that.
You look like Akeem Nicks. But with touchdowns.
Going in strong. Ricky Stevens getting the basket. And a little bit of press. Nothing too aggressive. But it slows up Union a bit. Over number 21, Shaquille Mitchell. Big contributor for Union in this game. Number 1, Corey Edwards with the three, just off. Rebounded. Another strong rebound by David Rosado.
Yeah, not easy.
In between two defenders. And there's
Rosado in the corner.
He took the shot.
And Rashad Johnson doesn't need any help.
You take the easy two.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Instead of,
And this
dishing it
game
out
is
to the
opening
corner.
up.
It is. Brookdale right now with
But it might be tight in the last 2 minutes.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Union could have 100 points in the last 2 minutes. just have a 60-point basket, you know? You shoot one ball, you get 40 points. It's amazing. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters.
I got to tell you,
ooh, little slippage.
He got crossed up. World star.
So number 55 gets a little bit of taffy stuck on the bottom of his shoes.
That's just sometimes you don't know where you're going.
Joe Nickerson coming down with the basket.
I have to say, I listen to Ryan Rucco every morning, but your voice is better than his.
All right, hey,
I got to tell you, I just can't do it.
That's great to hear.
I would love to replace you with.
Replace Ryan Rucco with me?
With you.
Hey, I'll take his job. I wouldn't mind that.
I'm just, and I've been a Nets basketball fan my whole life. He's always been a part of it. I just never caught on to this, He's good, but your voice is better.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So, score right now, Brookdale 51 and Union County 34 with 13 minutes, 41 seconds remaining. We'd like to give some past due congratulations out to the Brookdale women's soccer team, becoming the NJCAA Division III national champions back in November with a 4-3 victory over the Mohawk Valley Community College Hawks. Chelsea James, Amanda Anastasia, and our very own women's basketball star Lauren Bowler were named to the all-tournament team. Carolyn Dwyer was MVP of the tournament, while Erin Kinnerman was named Defensive Player of the Tournament, and head coach Katie Miller, coach of the tournament. It's the first national championship for Brookdale women's soccer and the 5th national championship for Brookdale, so big congrats.
Katie Miller is absolutely awesome. She probably one of the deepest soccer minds I've ever came across in my life.
And I believe reading, when I was doing some research on this, writing spots for the radio station, the last champion, or the last time they got close was when Katie Miller played for Brookdale. And now she is the head coach.
A little retribution for her.
There you go.
She unfinished business.
Yep. Couldn't get it as a player, got it as a coach. And getting a championship as a coach is pretty sweet.
She's got a banner coming.
Joe Nickerson
and we have no soccer banners, so.
It's going to be nice to see one up there joining the softball and basketball.
Men's basketball. And you know what? And hopefully we got the girls maybe in their national championship.
They're giving everybody a run for their money. I mean, we saw it on our way up from halftime. We saw at least 6 or 7 scouts sitting in the stands taking notes. And
no, this is going to be like the Boston Garden of Division III sports with all these banners, man.
Yep. Ooh, and hit hard. It's only 25.
Well, yeah, I mean,
big boy.
Same style we talked about. Union does hit hard. The problem is they're not playing.
Okay, so we may have a bit of a mix-up because number 25, who is the big gentleman who just got that block, is listed as 5'9", and I'm 5'9". So if he's 5'9", then I'm 4 foot tall, yeah. Because he walked by us before. That's a big boy.
Honestly, we were there in the hallway, and
yeah, he.
It was like Walk of the Giants.
Could have crushed me with his pinky. So Rashawn Johnson, I believe, grabbed one of the.
I'm surprised these guys aren't dunking.
We had the one from
that was
from
Corey.
Before.
Corey's a quarter of the size of these men.
Exactly, yeah.
I see you, Corey, in your blue sneaks.
Swarming defense by Corey Sones. Gets the inside.
Oh, good pump fake.
Little late. Would have been a huge block by David Rosado.
Punch it, World Star.
Coming down quick is Corey Sones. Oh, just missed him.
Right to Rivera.
Just missed him. Ricky Stevens is not in the game. He's on the bench.
He saved his coach's face.
Yeah.
He was looking down at the clipboard.
He got his head on a swivel.
That was the Domino's play of the game. Yeah, we got that. Pull up the graphic, guys.
Domino's save of the game.
Ooh. No, it seems like the way Union plays, they like to crowd certain corners.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I mean, I grew up playing a different style of basketball. It's changed so much since I played that normally when you're in the offensive set, you're constantly moving, and these guys are constantly on the same side. And in any type of basketball game, that doesn't translate to proper looks at the basket. If you notice, a lot of Union shots are contested. A lot of them are getting blocked, and they're uneasy. And they're giving Brookdale enough time to react on every pass they make.
Yeah.
You'll see it.
But by the looks at it, head coach of Union, Matthew Collins, looks to be pretty young. Looks like a pretty young guy.
Yeah, no, he is very young.
Yeah.
I think he started pretty recently for Union.
Ooh.
So I remember 2 years ago, that was not their head coach.
Okay.
He might have been an assistant.
Joe Nickerson trying to get the no-look pass there. It was poked out of bounds.
And I got to say, out of all the coaches, between all the Division III men's and women's basketball, Coach Bob Dubina has done an amazing job throughout everything,
Absolutely has a
He's
great track record with Brookdale.
And I got to say, there was no skeptic.
Got to get it out.
Viewpoint on him coming in, being brand new. He was just, they gave him the chance. Ooh, great
Sean
shot.
Johnson. The bank might be closed, but he can still go in and use the ATM.
Coach came right in, and it was like he was at home. He said, he's like, I'm looking to make this place my home. And it seems with this 15-0 streak going, he's right at home.
Yep. He's taking his shoes and coat off and making himself very well at home here in the Collins.
And our athletic directors, Sean Noel and Mike Medley, have done an absolutely great job, too, with recruiting.
Definitely.
And looking to get talent for these teams.
So foul seems to be called against Union. We will have Tyrone Curry check in for David Rosado. I'm sorry, foul was against Brookdale. .11 minutes remaining in this game. Score Brookdale 53, Union 38. Driving inside hard, Shaquille Mitchell. Ball passed out there, grabbed by Tavon Bennett.
Sometimes tip passes are more, ooh.
Oh, if he would have, he could have had it.
I think because Joe is not a one-footed dunker.
Okay.
Joe's a two-foot dunker. Corey, surprisingly, at his height, is a one-foot dunker.
Yeah.
It is
6'1".
ridiculous. Corey's thrown down the best dunk this arena has seen. Last year, he had a windmill on the break in a tie game. Okay. Ridiculous. And the air in Matawan is very, very good.
Something in the water there.
Yeah. Well, that's where the inspiration of Jaws came from. So when you say something in the raw water.
And inside. with the pass. See, and he's just got a great name. That's how you choose Rashawn Johnson.
RJ. Rashad. Yeah, it does. That was a great basketball ring.
It's got a ring to it, man. Rashawn Johnson, of course, I believe I said earlier, Player of the Week for the Garden State Conference. Long pass down to Rashawn Johnson. Getting contested from behind. Gets the foul.
And, not a lot of time left for.
Brookdale has a 16-point lead now, looking to possibly add another 2 to it on the foul shots here. Guys, don't forget, you want to watch replays of the games, tune into Brookdale Television throughout Monmouth County on Comcast Channel 21 and Verizon Fios Channel 46, Wednesdays and Sundays at 11:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. and again at 11:30 p.m. right before midnight for all the replays of our Brookdale Jersey Blues basketball games. You just can't get enough of us. You got to watch it again. You couldn't DVR it. You can watch it. So
and you better DVR us. We don't accept that. You need.
I want you to DVR it, and then I want you to watch the replays too.
Yeah.
Ooh, big block there. Joe Nickerson.
I like that. We have that signature. Ooh.
It was in unison.
I feel like I've known you forever. No, really.
We just become best friends?
Yes. What's your favorite dinosaur?
Tyrannosaurus
Velociraptor.
Rex. I guess not. So number 15, don't have his number on here as well, taking a couple of free throws.
You ever seen Step Brothers?
I have.
That was the reference.
I know, yeah. You know,
it's okay.
I don't know the lines that well.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Tavon Bennett coming down the court. Getting nowhere to go. So number 13, I did not notice, Jaleel Chain checking into the game.
Ooh.
Usually has a very nice shot.
You know, if you can make a reference toward the style of Joe Nickerson, hand in hand, some of the moves he makes emulates Jamal Crawford of the Los Angeles Clippers.
Okay.
Like, very, very, very fast, tiny crossovers, but squeezes into spaces. If you ever watch a video.
There you go, Tavon Bennett with the inside basket.
You know, absolutely. If you want to learn how to dribble the ball correctly, watch some tapes of Joe Nickerson.
Watch the replays.
Yeah, he's
Wednesdays and Sundays.
Yeah. And Trevor. Trevor can dribble like crazy. He's got
getting swarmed is Tavon Bennett.
He's got that Austin, Texas rattlesnake
ball kicked
style.
out last, looked like by Union. And it will go to Brookdale. Union playing hard defense like they were in the opening minutes.
Fix the shot clock. 28.
28. There we go. 8:50 in the game.
It got really quiet in here.
It did. I feel like when it gets quiet, when it gets quiet, I have to talk a little bit lower. People are going to be looking.
I don't know how low you could talk. You talk pretty low. My voice just varies. Sometimes I'm up there, sometimes I'm not, and I'm getting a little hoarse because Matt Nash didn't get me anything to drink down there. Matt. You know what? I gotta call Trevor. I know he's touring. And he's got a tribute band going. Forgot the name of it. If you guys down there could help me.
Number 2, Tavon Bennett grabbing the inbound pass. Gotta get past. There you go. Over to Rashawn Johnson. Back over to Jaleel Chain. To Tyrone Curry. Passing her all around the world. Everybody getting a piece of it. Over to Curry. Nickerson taking the shot. Couldn't get it to land. Ooh. So number 5 seemed to be fouled. I have 2 number 5s on my
Actually,
roster.
I know who that is. I went to high school with him.
Okay.
That's Jamani McDaniel.
Butler McDaniel.
Yeah.
It is not Andy Etienne, who is the other number 5 on the list. Makes his first free throw.
How do you give out 2 5s on a team?
I don't think they did.
Who do I yell at?
Maybe one of them is 55.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
Andy is 55.
Yeah. And Andy Etienne.
Etienne.
Etienne. Everybody be quiet. He's shooting.
And he makes his second free throw. So 8 or so minutes remaining. Joe Nickerson driving down over to Jaleel Chain. Looks like number 21.
That's a hip check.
Shaquille Mitchell got a piece.
Tyrone Curry. 8 minutes, 5 seconds, 61-47. Brookdale leading.
Both teams.
If you had to give out a MVP for this game, who's it going to be?
I would say Joe Nickerson. I would say
Yes.
coming back, he's had some very key
good
moments
game.
in the game. Yeah.
Actually, really set the tone with that first layup and
He
just
did.
really defensive inflating.
Playing a lot of minutes
Yeah.
too. A lot of
Yeah.
minutes he's playing.
And as we can see, not to say that Rashawn's numbers has trickled down.
No,
but
no, he's had a good game too.
He still has
He's
very
quietly been
good.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
silent assassins. Those are the
Exactly.
best. Those get the big bucks in the league. You know, and it's good to see with Joe back. The chemistry is very much well intact.
Yeah, we'll see how they go now into the second half or so of the season.
Ooh, and that's
Good
Corey
tip
again.
in there, Corey Sones.
And you see, Corey has a great feel for being around the basket as a guard, to
Yeah.
say. You know, you really just learn to cherish a guard that gets up for these huge rebounds.
So we got a timeout on the court, Union. Take this time to remind you to register for your classes. A little bit late, but better late than never. We got about a week before classes start on the 22nd, so head over to the Carr building, get yourself an appointment with one of the counselors, and get going.
And if you're a business major, requirements change every year, so you better get in there.
There you go.
Because you don't want no surprises as you get closer to your diploma, because it happens. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt.
And if you're worried about registering, you got some young ones at home. Brookdale's got a daycare too, so it's available right on Lincroft's main campus. The Brookdale Children's Learning Center, located in parking lot 4, accepts children ages 3 months to 5 years. Call 732-224-2306 for more information, or stop by the center for a tour for yourself and any additional information you may require.
If you want to come and take Trevor's job, please come down to Brookdale Television. We have jobs available all the time.
So
Please talk to Cheryl if you're interested in doing what we're doing. This is the best place to be.
It is. It's a great opportunity. Number 55, possibly. Oh, they just said his name and I missed it.
Yes, it sounded
Flores, possibly.
like. Yeah. No Flores on this.
Well, we'll see. Nope, didn't get that basket.
Well, he's got to score again. That might never happen.
Joe Nickerson fighting for the rebound. Brookdale, 14
We'll go.
lead.
You know, you want to call him Brian Flores, we'll call him that.
Sounded about
Yeah.
right.
I'll go with it.
So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, inside 2 minutes, you will see the scoreboard in the bottom left-hand side of your TV screen. Go a little bit nuts.
Looks like Joe got hit in the eye.
He's coming out, possibly injury timeout. But we will help you out. We will keep score up in the booth while this scoreboard goes nuts in the final 2 minutes.
That was originally Trevor's job, to keep score.
And he blew it.
And I'd like to give a round of applause to the greatest director to ever touch the director's chair in the history of the school, Sergio Casal. He's the greatest of all time. We both came up top prospects at BTV. and now now we are just all-star Hall of Famer. We're getting fitted for our rings.
You're gonna hang up your shirts in the rafters here.
No, they have my tie in Cheryl's office. So, if there's anybody who can grow a mean beard, that's Sergio. I don't even. We tried having a beard off. He won week 1. I was done. It's like, where do you get that?
Shot clock ticking down. Tavon Bennett running all the time off the clock, but he's got to make something happen with 6 seconds remaining.
Ooh, that is a walk.
Taking a lot of steps there. So, Joe Nickerson coming back in for Ricky Stevens.
You know, it's so funny. Randomly, sometimes you listen to the game and Sergio just says a random word in your ear. Like, I'm pretty sure he was just like, pistachio, but I don't really know what he said. Oh, Beardio. Okay. Pistachio sounds better.
So we got a foul on the court. On Rashawn Johnson.
So, have you ever had this much fun doing your job, Pat?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
No, this is good fun. It's great having you here, Gus.
You know.
Tell you what, this is probably I'll go back and look at it. Probably one of the lowest scoring games for Brookdale this season.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they're up there in the hundreds consistently.
Well, they know they don't have to come in and impress me.
Yeah, you know. No, they got the old vet back in the house.
Yeah.
They just get it.
I've seen one women's game. The score was like 33 to like 22.
Wow.
That was a while back.
Big pass down court. Almost grabbed there by Brian Adams. We haven't seen much of Brian Adams this game.
Yes.
Worked his way, I believe, a little bit out of the starting lineup when Joe came back. He was one of the starters early in the season.
And, you know, also what really rivals Brian Adams is he was playing a bigger position, and Rashad Johnson came in and took that center spot.
Yeah.
That he was getting fitted for last year. So
slipped my mind. I don't know how.
You know, and it's kind of you know, going to be awkward for him because they do have this kind of combo-esque team where you could take in and out Joe and David and put them at the 4.
Okay.
So you could produce a lot of scoring with Rashad, David, and Joe on the floor. And then where does Brian Adams fit in the second unit? Then he could play center.
Yeah. I mean, they are a team that they're made for the playoffs.
Yeah.
They got a lot of depth. They can move pieces around and still have a great unit out there no matter what.
Yeah. And you know, Brian Adams, he doesn't necessarily have the lateral quickness to guard guards. He can guard big forwards. He could guard centers. So he's coming a little bit out of his element at these smaller positions. So, you know, if I was, you know, Coach Chiswick, I'd run him either next to Rashad Johnson, or I would, you know, do a little bit of a package with Joe Nickerson, running him and Joe at 4 and 5, and then we could just split up. We could have any guard play we want. You could put Corey, Ricky, and you know, Tavon Bennett out there if you really want, you know. But you can mix and match all these lineups, really.
He's you know, he's got an embarrassment of riches there.
Yeah, you know. These are good problems to have.
It is,
opposed to
when you have so many great players at your disposal, but you don't know how to fit them all in.
You know,
it's hard to complain about.
Yeah, and it's like you could, you know, if you have a fantasy basketball team in video games, and you got 12 all-stars, you could just do whatever you want to do.
Yep.
And now looks like Union's broke into the lead here. They've just scored 20-something points in 2 seconds. What a great song. Do we have Throwback Night yet, or did I miss that?
I don't believe so.
Okay, all right.
I don't believe so.
That's good. Breast Cancer Awareness Night, missed it. That was Trevor's night. I know Trevor's got a lot of pink shirts.
So David Rosado will take the inbound pass now. Joe Nickerson coming down the court. He's got Corey Sones open to his left, passes it off to him. Up top, Brian Adams making himself available. Ball goes around back down to David Rosado. Moving around, trying into Joe Nickerson. Corey Sones, oh, I'm sorry, Brian Adams almost grabs it.
But they look the same.
Couple more inches.
Oh, that's a timeout for Brookdale.
So good heads-up play by Joe Nickerson. Yeah, very good heads-up play. Grabbing the rebound, calling a quick timeout.
You got me arguing up here. I knew that was the call. The way Joe fell on it, right here. Timeout, right now. Trevor, do something.
So we'd like to remind you to tune in to Brookdale Public Radio, 90.5 tonight. You're home for great local music, lots of cool classic rock cuts you don't hear on the radio anymore, and new stuff that no one else is playing. And get this, it's all commercial free. So for the latest news, weather, traffic, and updates on Brookdale sports, check out Brookdale Public Radio, 90.5 tonight.
I want to do one of these real fast.
I have to. You.
Where's?
Just watch the first one is about finals. Finals are over, so yeah.
Yeah. Where's pizza?
Spectacular.
Where's the pizza at?
Pizza's on the last page.
Oh, it's be on the first page. Domino's Pizza of Red Bank is proud to support the Brookdale men's and women's basketball teams this season. Domino's is located at 60 English Plaza in downtown Red Bank. And please order online at domino's.com. And they need a driver. So get out of your seat, go drive down there, go show them you could drive while driving down there, and then go deliver pizzas. You got a job, my friend.
That was a great read.
Thank you.
That was a great read. So Brookdale up 63 to 55.
I can sell anything. I can sell it. I'm telling you, these marketing classes here at Brookdale, they work. I just got Sergio a big-time deal. His agent. He'll be directing the next Star Wars.
Joe Nickerson trying to drive in. Foul called on Union.
We have so many things going on. This is a huge.
I got a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, it's good, man. I like it.
I gotta update my reads a little bit. Some are talking about finals and library hours.
And you know what? Finals are important.
They are.
Because sometimes
tip in there by Brian Adams.
Don't you walk into the class and they tell you the date, and then it's like the last week of finals, and you're like, boom, finals.
Yep.
Why didn't I listen?
So don't forget, everybody, Brookdale will also be hosting. Big three there by David Rosado.
And don't forget, we have a lot of places for tutoring.
A lot of action down there in the corner. Tavon Bennett, just a great effort.
It's really cool how Union's in this and cheering, and they're down by a great amount here.
Yep.
Now I have to.
Did the score mess up?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured, yeah. I was going to say, I don't remember them having 58
There was
points.
like 11-point lead, and then somehow there's no way.
I was going to say, I do
Union's
not
not on
them
pace for
this
58.
close.
Union was on pace for 40-something.
Yeah. I looked away 1 second, and it changed, so.
And I have to say, you know, if you're having trouble with any subjects here at Brooklyn, here at Brookdale.
Long three missed out.
Here at Brookdale, you know, you really. Ooh!
Inside to Corey Sones. Great move by Joe Nickerson, drawing the two defenders.
You know, if you need help writing a paper or you're really fuzzy in your math, go down to the math lab. They're open all the time. A lot of nice tutors there, and especially in the English lab. They're absolutely great.
Absolutely, you can make the appointments
right
online.
They can break down your paper in about 15 minutes and get you out of there. Just make an appointment. It's really the difference between an A and a B. And it shows your professors supreme effort in what you're doing here on campus.
Oh, professors love it when you go and go to the writing lab and everything.
Believe it or not, you're paying for it, so.
Yeah. So the Brian Flores.
Something Flores.
Might have been Brian or.
Brian, Robert.
And he gets it off.
55 Flores.
And that was a 4-on-1 situation. And he gets it.
And one, David Rosado.
Still electrifying the arena with 2.5 minutes remaining.
That's hang time.
That is.
That's replay worthy.
Yeah.
Good job. Excuse me. Boom.
So the score is not 69-62. I apologize. I did not grab the score before it went all screwy.
It didn't go out at 2 minutes. It went out at
like
7.
4, so I got lied to.
So we just gotta listen for our announce guy. But I guarantee you Brookdale's winning.
Yes,
and
that is a safe bet.
Hopefully by the time I come back here, the scoreboard thing is fixed.
Probably the next time we'll be back will be for Region 19, I'm assuming. If
mean,
it's a possibility.
I might be back earlier than that.
Hey, anytime it'd be great to have you. We had a good couple of games called. Region 19 tournament. Brookdale is honored to host it for the 2nd year in a row, February 27th, starting at noon, and March 1st, starting at 10 a.m. Come on down for a great day of basketball. Mark your calendars.
I definitely have to come in here and help you guys out. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So if you don't love basketball, Region 19 is going to teach you how to learn to love it. That's action-packed 12 hours camera.
Yep.
12 hours of Trevor. 12 hours of Sergio. 12 hours of Matt not getting us drinks.
So our our courtside announcer announced the score 71-64, which is on the board.
That's really the score?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
30 and 20 points were scored by both teams in the last couple minutes. But it's safe to say Brookdale is in the lead.
Ooh.
And with the tip in there. Make it take a step back.
Look at this.
Goodness.
Whoop. Oh, Corey Soanes. Corey Source.
Oh, man. You got to take it away from the young man. Great play by Joe Nickerson. That was a steal.
That's right, Joe.
Is that right?
Joe was like, how does Corey have 2 dunks and I don't? That would be me. I'd be like, what are you guys doing?
73-64, really? I don't know. I just find that hard to believe.
No. It's definitely not.
I could see Brookdale in the 60s.
I can see Brookdale definitely in the mid 60s. I do not see
high 40s to mid 50s.
Yeah, Union got like 52.
Yeah. Couldn't get the Brookdale bounce, but it winds up back in the hands of Joe Nickerson.
There hasn't been enough possessions.
No. Not enough points scored. It's not like they're, 3 after 3 after 3. It's,
And I'm no mathematician, let me tell you.
No.
No.
If you guys remember the first couple games that we did, my math was just awful. I was trying to figure out leads and saying 28-point lead when it was a 3-point lead. It was bad. But I tell you what.
Well, there's nothing better than trial by fire.
Yes.
Learn real fast. Also,
yes.
You're definitely doing an absolutely amazing job.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. The experience instilled from the 90.5 The Night radio crew has helped in the development in this.
But also your personal skills you have and your love of sports, it definitely, whether it is football over basketball, it don't make a difference.
Well, thank you very much. Very appreciated.
And, Trevor's directing skills, and he really helped guide Sergio in directing. And Sergio's like, you wish, buddy. Sergio just had it. He came in, he's just the greatest director ever. And hands down, bar none, best lacrosse commentator in this school. He knows everything. He was teaching me stuff. Ooh, foul, elbow to the face.
So about 1:05 remaining.
Now what are they going to do? Call it 92, 90? Like, it's not. This is so crazy. How is this doing this?
I see our athletic director, Sean Noel, standing very close to the scorer's table. Sure. Frustrating seeing the scoreboard go all screwy like this.
Ooh.
Union still fighting tooth and nail. You got to give it to them. They never gave up.
And Union's up.
Yeah, Union tied it up 95-95. 50 seconds
They
remaining.
just took the lead. That was a 17-point basket. Actually, a 42-point basket scored for both teams. And now Union's up 98-95. Brookdale's going to take their first loss of the season, everybody. This is terrible.
So the refs got the ball. He scored 3 points for Union.
How did this happen? Oh, now Brookdale just scored 19. Okay, I got to stop. This is too fun. Now Brookdale's up 2 now. Okay.
So head coach Paul Chizak having a discussion with the referee on the sideline. Joe Nickerson weaving past defenders, just threading the needle, getting swarmed.
Brookdale looking for the 98-pointer to finish out the game.
It's amazing how no baskets have been shot, but
the score's just running up.
20 points collectively has gone on the board.
No. We have become slaves to electronics. Whatever just happened to the regular scorecard. You know, like bowling does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just go back to the old way.
Get one of those things where you flip the number over.
Yeah. Yeah. You know. Good idea. Get one of those.
So missed free throw there by Joe
Or,
Nickerson.
we get those we get the cheerleaders holding up the poster cards.
Time is changing on it too. It's not just the score that's suffering from the scoreboard malfunctions.
No, scores,
Yeah,
the game clock, shot clock.
Yeah.
Surprising the fouls haven't moved.
Hoping to get this figured out by tomorrow because we are back Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
I believe.
This is definitely a software malfunction.
Yes. Very unfortunate. Holding up the game a little bit here. But
I will be watching your live podcast on Saturday. I will not be here, but I will take a look.
Sounds good. Hopefully the scoreboard will be fixed by then. Saturday, Sean
Most
will
importantly,
be back.
hopefully by Region 19.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need any games decided.
No. I would hope by the end of February they would figure this out there. Brookdale's on top of things, so I'm not worried about it.
The score remains 73-66.
We'll say that's up for debate, but Brookdale is still in the lead.
73-66.
33.6 seconds remaining in the game. 31-30. The buzzer seems to have a little bit of malfunctions too.
Yeah.
So that's right.
The arena has been taken over by a phantom named Trevor. Trevor is here.
Skynet has taken over Brookdale.
And he's ruining everything. I don't know if I can say that without laughing.
So some more discussion down on the court, trying to make heads or tails of this situation.
We might have to rock, paper, scissors shoot in overtime.
We'll settle this.
Still moving, though. How is it still going? Now it's going, and they're not doing anything.
So something that I'm a little bit surprised at.
Has anybody got an iPhone app?
Yeah, we can.
There's got to be an app for this.
How the refs don't have the
Google
time on a
Google
watch.
scores or something.
I'm curious why the refs don't have the time on a watch.
Yeah,
the official game clock.
That's true.
That's
in elementary school.
That's in most every other. As everybody knows, making tons of football references. I'm the football guy.
Now the game is about to go out right here. This is great.
That's one thing that's boggling my mind a little bit. I mean, what my guess would be is let's put the clock back up to like 14 minutes, 15 minutes, and then just add on whatever time is left, so you're not having all these weird problems in the 2 minute mark.
That's true, but it's still hard. It's still hard for them to follow because you got to keep count in your head.
Yeah.
But
that's really the only thing that I would see.
Yeah.
But that's not my decision to make. I don't get.
How does the green room feel about this?
They feel pretty good down there.
Did Trevor just come in? He's like, Matt Nash is like, This is great. Matt, you're tall enough. Go fix the shot clock. Get up on that scoreboard.
So
And we just have technical difficulties.
let's
so please
let's just
stay with
get
us.
let's just get a pair of dry erase boards and just hold
This
them
is
up.
true. Run it down. There's definitely an app for this. I'll find it.
Oh, I got it right here.
Flashlight.
Here we go. Timer. How much time you want on the clock?
That still doesn't fix the score.
No.
At this point, why don't you just have a running clock with no shot clock?
How about we just chalk this one up as game?
This is the biggest deficit comeback in the history of Brookdale sports.
You guys don't understand that 80 points have been scored in the last 3 minutes of game.
This is the highest scoring game in the
If you're not
Brookdale's
here at
history.
the Collins Arena, you're missing out.
This is history. You'll see points being scored without actually moving.
Mind-blowing. It's just astonishing.
But yes. But
play.
aside from the technical difficulties in the arena, everybody's done a great job tonight.
I would say, yeah, Union.
Yes.
They haven't given up. They haven't given up.
They haven't given up,
yeah,
and
to the
you know,
last second, they'll
surprisingly,
fight.
you know, not to say what this game would have been with a real clock, but they still did a great job.
Well, this game with a real clock would have been over by now.
Yes, it's true.
That's one thing you could say, but
It would have been double digits.
the score wouldn't be 171 to 171. 74-66 in favor of the Brookdale Jersey Blues.
I just noticed every time the clock changes possessions, a score happens.
See, this is something that I believe the folks at the Region 19 NJCAA should take a look at, putting some. I mean, you know, you know what? I take it back with the refs with the watches on the court. It's too fast-paced of a game to do that, I think.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep stopping and starting, and
It's true, and it's not going to keep.
it's not going to be an accurate time.
No, it's not going to be an accurate time because
Now that I think of it.
these clocks are broken down into tenths of a second
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
So
I
you're not gonna-
retract.
your average
I retract that statement.
stopwatch is not going to have that, unfortunately.
Let's say you're looking down, stopping or starting the clock, then you're going to definitely possibly miss a call, or you know.
You know, it's Corey is trapped. Ooh,
We were almost there. We were very close.
but
Oh, now.
no, technically no. It's
No.
they're gonna have to
Yeah.
restart this again. This is. I don't know. I don't know what you do in a situation like this.
What
You
le-
can't. Right?
Only
if they're
when
that
you're here.
close,
What did you do to the scoreboard? Did you sabotage the scoreboard?
I don't know, man.
Oh, man.
I know this looks
This
very
is-
suspicious.
This is
doesn't it?
scoreboard gate. That's it. We're going to have to open
No,
up a
but,
full
you know,
investigation.
The hardest part about this is, like, resetting, not resetting,
Yeah.
and I don't know where the game stands exactly.
There's 5 seconds left. Brookdale's got the lead by at least 6 or 8 points, 8 or 6 points. Clock stopped with 2 seconds. The game's
Ooh.
over. Yeah, ref's going to call it. Good call by the ref. That's the
Yeah.
game. So final score, it's a tie, 112 to 112. 70 points just came off on the board. Could have been 183.
Okay, so
75
this was a lot
to
closer
68.
than what we expected.
Oh no, absolutely, yeah.
You know,
it was a hard-fought game both ways. I mean, you can't deny that. Union held in it the whole time, even down at a 10 to 11 point deficit at some
absolutely.
point. So it was a great game, aside from the malfunctions we had. Very
you know,
physical.
I think Brookdale, obviously, it was a great win. It's another
Yeah.
one. Chalk it
Yeah.
up, 16-0.
16-0. Yeah.
Going into Region 19, you have to really think about if you face this team in the tournament, are you going to run into a much more seasoned,
Yeah.
ready team? Because now they know that they can play right with you. That's
Yep.
not a
Yep.
huge deficit. That's only 6-7 points.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
what you really want to do is take that. If there's any moral victory Union could take yes, they lost. So did 15 other teams, but they probably got the closest.
They did.
This is probably the closest game you've seen.
I think so. Brookdale men's basketball, I mean, they're ranked 53rd consecutive week top in the nation. So this is a team that a lot of people are gunning for, and they can definitely keep it going, guys.
Yes.
Don't forget to join us back Saturday. Gus, it was great having you here. I hope to see you back soon, even before the Region 19. We will come back on Saturday at 1 o'clock and for the women's game against Passaic. So thank you for joining us as always, and Pat and Gus signing off.